Okay. Okay. We're good. Hello. Hello. Hey everybody, how you doing? Good to see you. Welcome in this lovely Saturday. Always an absolute blast to see you on Saturdays. We got a special one today. Today's stream is dedicated to the practice of trying to get the absolute out of a Star Citizen elevator. Good to see you all. Thank you, Twitch, as always, for making chat exciting to get us started for the day. Appreciate you guys. You're good fun. All the moving emotes never get old. Never get old. Not once. Not ever. No, I'm serious. They don't. So I'm trying to get some gameplay for you guys today. We can take a look at 4.0, see how Pyro's doing, maybe judge on our own very uneducated biases how close we are to this patch going live. But I am trapped in an elevator. So I think that kind of answers the question. So I'm just going to leave this elevator music here for you playing so that you guys can enjoy what 4.0 has to offer and look forward to Pyro and the new update. All right, we're done with that. Now, I guess I need to get out of here and get into a different server. Yeah, I chose a broken one. What do you know? That's just what I do. This is why whenever we go to the airport now, I take care of most of the stuff when we go to an airport. It's like my thing, airport guy. But one of the things that Mrs. Tomato will always handle is going into the right lines. Passport line, security line, check-in line, whatever it is. If I enter a line, it will go slow. It will not be the line that leads to success. So if I'm entering a server in Star Citizen, probably a good chance it's going to be a bad server. Should always just join on other people. How's all your weeks going, though? I hope you're having a... Are they split between regions now? Hope y'all are having a lovely week. A good weekend to start to your weekend. Yeah, so I get a 6,000 error when I try to go on EU. Yeah, are they not on all regions? Is this a useless endeavor that I'm doing? As soon as I switch back over to USA, is it gonna let me in? Yeah, look at that. Yep, only USA for now. Okay. Yeah, don't trust me on lines, don't trust me on servers, don't trust me on anything that needs progress. I end up slowing it down. The real errors are the friends we made along the way. Those might be the true curses of Star Citizen, you're right. Yeah, I don't know. The fact that this is still in Wave 1 EPTU, how long has it been now? It's been a couple weeks. Every day goes by, and it looks just a little less likely that this is going to make it this year. Which is telling. Getting server meshing into Star Citizen is slapping their ass around. I'm not going to lie. Like, the amount of slow, reluctant delays we've seen for this patch is damning to how difficult it is to get this working. Damning? Validating, I guess. Getting stuck in elevators has been the majority of the EPTU experience so far. It's good times, man. It's the waiting game, right? You want Star Citizen to actually come out at some point? Yeah, that's a problem, Matt. I'm sorry. If I'm talking about it, dude, that automatically slows it down. You just played the new build 5 hours ago, and it's a lot better. 4x4x500 config seems to do it. That's good. Good to hear. Can't say you're enjoying the PvP at the jump points every time you try. Really, every time? Well, no, people have nothing to do in the EPTU. Can't wait for 4.1 with base building in February. That's optimism incarnate. I would not expect 4.1 to hit at least until late March. Probably April. It'll either release broken or it won't release by year's end, so we don't win regardless. Man, I was really hoping that this would be the chance for them to... Dude, like, just... I mean, maybe it's the assets and not the player count. But I'm out here saying, just screw the player count, man. Drop it to 200 player shards. Do 4 servers for the 2 systems. So you're running with 50 players per server across 4 servers in 2 different systems. And deal with it. Wait, 50? Yeah, 50. And then deal with it. Oh well, we won't run into people as much. I don't care. If it smooths the game, but maybe that's the thing, you know, maybe they tried that kind of stuff. Maybe they were hoping to lean more towards stability than player count, and they haven't been able to get stability up even on lower player counts. Which would be a bummer, because in my video I was like, yeah, this is gonna help with stability, because, you know, it's supposed to help with stability. Oh, we made it downstairs. Look at that. All right. 4.0 has reached a new level. There's a new benchmark, a new water line. Let me go ahead and mark it on the chart. 4.0. Launch it. Let's push it. Elevators are working again. Make it nice with a smaller amount, then upgrade when it's more stable. I think that's what we would all like, but I'm guessing there's a reason they can't do that. Stability is overrated. You know, it's become very obvious how much people want stability over anything else when it comes to Star Citizen. And so I'm just starting to run these polls on my channel where I'm just going to put more fairly highly anticipated things about Star Citizen coming out, like features, against stability to see how the polls go. So far I did base building, narrative-driven missions, and the Nick Star system. Game stability completely outranks it so far. But I gotta come up with another one. I'm thinking, I don't know, what's another feature everybody wants to see? The Banu Merchantman. Would you rather have the Banu Merchantman or game stability? Una Maria, hello there. Good to see you. You're having them make a second tea and dug in for the night shift of parenthood. What kind of tea you having? Ooh, hey. This is the new social media thing here, huh? That Threads. Hey? Alright. Where are we? And how do we get out of here? I'm trying to not spend my time in the space station this time. We've been doing space stations every single time we've been playing. Mainly because I haven't been able to get out of hangars. So maybe we'll have a better time today. You want crafting and base building over everything else? Even over stability? Hangars. You know what? I'm going to want some supplies. Just in case we actually can run missions today. The goal today is to run a mission. Run and complete a freaking mission. I also want to get some footage because I am working on a cinematic for Pyro. It's been a long time since I've gotten to do a cinematic, but this seems like a good enough time to finally get back into it. So, got a couple plans for today, but I do want to see if we can actually run a mission. Maybe? Maybe get something done, perhaps? There we go. It's a stretch goal, yeah? Missions. Gameplay. Pretty sure I already have one of these, but just in case. And, sorry, didn't mean to do that. On one hand, stability would be nice, but on the other hand, seeing all those people try to solo fly a merchantman sounds pretty amusing. I think honestly the best part would just be not hearing about the merchantman all the time anymore. Although we don't hear about it much. Not like we did 2 years ago. Let's try a Coda today. I like the Coda's headshot capabilities. I wouldn't mind putting this thing out for a couple trial runs. Grab some ammo for it. We don't have P8 ammo here. So I will probably not be taking my P8 AR. A bummer. Because we've got more outdoor locations here. But maybe we have P6. So I think we have one of those. We could take that as our rifle. Who cares about ships anymore? You want gameplay? Might I point you to the millions of dollars they just made during IAE? Have a look. Have a look. Where's one of those stupid kiosks?
One of a kind wares. If you can't find it here, you can't find it here.
Nope. That's contested zone territory, that. Here we go. You watched my video on big ships, good video, but was the overall message keep calm and carry on? Yes. Essentially, yes. The overall message was that there will be plenty of panic and reason for panic amongst some people who had certain ideas of how they would play this game in their mind. But for the majority of people, the things that are being brought into the game to encourage multi-crew gameplay are not going to hinder the solo player experience. That's my point. I think a lot of people are getting caught up in the wave of panic that really should only be hitting a very, very small amount of people that had a specific way of doing things in the game. I think for a lot of us, for plenty of people who are flying things like constellations or caterpillars or even reclaimers solo, it's not like they're gonna hop into their reclaimer solo and the whole ship's gonna explode, you know? You can still do the things that you were doing on your solo ship. To say that engineering and other things related to it are making it impossible to solo large ships is untrue. They're just making it so difficult that most people won't want to put in the effort to do so. You can still do so, though. Let's grab a little bit of this. A little one of these. A little some of that. And then throw in a backpack with that. Okay, we're doing a P8 and a P6. Or else P6? Is it a P6 LR? Is that it? I'm gonna throw an LH86 into the backpack just in case. Could always use one of those. Okay, there's our P8. Oh, you know what? Why don't we do an S71? I'm sure they have ammo for that here. Our Coda ammo, P8 ammo, and let me go see if they've got S71 ammo here. Hey. There's always C54 ammo. Well, you're glad that Master Modes is changing and or going away. It didn't change that much of your gameplay. This is due to not using sticks for flight and being more heavily focused on industrial gameplay. Some people it doesn't really make much of a difference to. Who wants some noodles?
Just keep walking then.
I will just keep walking.
Oh, come on. Not even a peek inside?
No, I was waiting in line, yo. What the heck? Haha! 71 ammo. Okay. So we're good to go. Now, next challenge, get the ship. So far purchasing has been okay. Like, we had some trouble with spawning and getting out of the elevator, but like at least purchasing stuff has worked, right? Now I just need my ammo here. My S71 ammo. We'll get that figured out later. And I don't need P6. Okay. Probably should get some medical supplies, and then we're good to go. As always, a much longer process because we are just getting started out and not jumping back into a session. Ooh, you know what? Some water would be good.
Anywhere very special.
Yeah, very special water.
Hello, hello.
Do mangoes and pepperonis pair well together? They might. I think pineapple and pepperoni kind of does. The basic problem is folks don't want the risk part of risk versus reward, but that's no fun, man, right? Like, the risk part is good fun. It sucks to get set back, and it makes me mad in the moment. Obviously, very frustrating. But the act of clawing your way back, if you have the time to do so, is quite exciting. Your very traditional wake-up Tim Hortons brand tea. Tea is a blend of orange pekoe and cut black tea. Ordered box online. It arrived last week. Very nice. Very nice. Always good to get your traditional or your more familiar tea. We had an amazing cup of Mrs. Tomato's Finest yesterday. A mixture of Earl Grey, Turkish tea, and something else, I think. It's just good stuff, man. So yums. Alright, med pens. And just to be extra safe, I'm going to bring a medical tool with us. And we should be good to go. So, game right now, I would say, is performing about how it does on live. Not huge hiccups really going on, but also not high frame rates, plenty of lag. I'm not seeing the best client-side performance. But all of the services are working. So, like, you know, I'm trading things and moving things in and out of inventory and all that stuff. So there's something. Mrs. T brand. Yeah, it's a good merch deal. Good call. I have Coda ammo, but an LH86. I have a Coda. I should have. Yeah, I have a Coda on my wrist. Waist. LH86 in my backpack. Little extra. You bought clothes in this game, couldn't figure out how to put them on. You got to take your undersuit off first.
Welcome to the ASOS vehicle retrieval system.
Okay, let's... Tempted to go out in the Terrapin. Just for that extra strength. Much of the noise in the communities from older folks with money in real life who thinks that money means you get whatever you want, and younger ones who are in their teens when the Kickstarter and think 10 years is a long time. I'm gonna be honest. 10 years is pretty long when it comes to a game. I am understanding and accepting of the fact that as somebody who oftentimes will reference things from way back in the day of them building this game, like the very beginnings, 2013 and 2015, there are many things that we are going to need to accept are just done and gone. The game that we are seeing be built right now is not just a huge expanded version of what we wanted back then. It is a different game. They are targeting different goals, and they are trying to maintain as much of the original vision and restrictions as they can, but I think we should all accept that there is a very good chance that a lot of the original things that people wanted to come into this game are just not going to happen. At least not for 1.0, and likely not afterward. They may have lawsuits to deal with that. I don't really know. They're going to have a lot of angry people to deal with that, for sure. But I do think that what they're doing will guarantee a much more successful game than what they were planning on. And that's just because like what they were planning on was both exciting to talk about and speculate about, but maybe not would have been the best game itself. Also though, times have changed in terms of gaming and what people want from games. That's just my thoughts on it. I mean, you could go point by point. Jesus, you could go point by point and look at all the different things that they've said they were going to do over the years, and some of them probably are more or less important to you, but I do think that it's worth accepting that this is just a different game. A lot of people have lives and can't afford to lose literal weeks or even months of work because of PvP sweats that can play for 6 to 10 hours a day. But that's how multiplayer games are in general, right? I think that the game needs to be rewarding enough that losing literal weeks of work isn't so much that you don't want to play the game at all. They need to give us a way. I mean, I don't know. The only way you're going to lose weeks of work in this game is probably if you go to a no or low security area, put all of the stuff that you've looted or earned in those last few weeks into your ship, get yourself blown up, and make sure you're in a place where you can't be retrieved. Because there are things that they also want to happen when you do get blown up. You're supposed to be able to retrieve your stuff, launch a mission to get stuff back, ask somebody to get the stuff back for you, get emergency services to pick you up because you've been downed. I understand not wanting to lose a bunch of your progress, but that's kind of part of the balance of the game. I'm not advocating for you to lose everything you've ever worked for. Just maybe the stuff that's on your body. Happy birthday? Miss Tomato's going to a birthday party. It's not our birthday, so. Looking forward to doing Awakening. I'm looking forward to Avowed. I wasn't really super interested in that before, but it's looking more and more interesting. Also hoping Falling Frontier comes out sometime soon. Want it to be more No Man's Sky than Rust in Space. It sounds like it's really about where you spend your time. That's going to determine that kind of vibe. I think they were going a certain way. I found out it won't work both from a text perspective or a design perspective. I think they're constantly finding out what will and will not work tech-wise. Can I leave, please? Thank you. If you have a limited time to play, then a round-based game is probably the best solution. At least that's what I found for yourself. There's two options if you don't have time to play. First is Arena Commander, which, if they play their cards right, should allow you to do basically any type of gameplay from Star Citizen in a closed server environment very quickly with no risk, which is a dream, I think. Mining, salvage, combat, whatever it is. I think that'd be nice for people. The other thing is you could just stay in a safe location and do safe missions around the safe outposts on the safe planet in the safe star system, and there's probably a real good chance that you won't get killed. Missions. Investigation. Okay, so there's definitely more missions here, which is good to see. Medical rescue. Need more details. Bounty. Stanton system. Local delivery. Investigation. All right, here's what we're going to do. I want to get out to Pyro 4. What the? Let me out! God, wasn't that door open? Gosh, dang it. It's not my birthday. Didn't the devs of Falling Frontier go on long-term break? Oh no. Did they really? Aww. That's a bummer. If so, I didn't hear about that. Been looking forward to that game for a long time. Playing an MMO means being a time sink. The only problem around that is people's expectations, not the game itself. I do think MMOs should make gameplay for people who don't have a lot of time. But they're doing that in this game. Had lots of issues trying to get the new missions to work with advanced payouts. Boo. I thought the door would wait for me, you know. Still planned for next year? Hope so. Good game, good idea, good designs, good looks, good energies. I feel for them though. That game's been delayed like 2 or 3 times now in the last couple years. Come on. Let me out. Let me out. We have a lot of, I think we have a lot of people between our 3 channels that see each other regularly. Inforunners, Astro Historian, Space Tomato Gaming. Similar vibes, similar kind of talks and stuff. I could see the crossover. We do also hang out a lot, quite a bit. Okay. Should I just crash into the door, do you guys think? Aha! Oh. Okay. Is it open? Oh, it is open. Oh, wow. Sheesh. Okay, cool. Well, we're out. Finally. Looks like we are over Bloom. I believe Pyro 3. Leaving Obituary Station. Don't know about these space stations just yet. Let's head out to Pyro 4. That's what I want to be seeing. Got a bit of a ways to go, I think. Yeah, we're in PTU. Check out Sears Canyon and Fallow Fields if you haven't already. Great spots. Where are those at, Intellect? Anyone ever told you that you look like Larry Wheels' little brother? No, I don't even know who that is. Somebody the other day did tell me I look like my dad, though. So there's that. It'll end up being that the people with limited time to play will have an SC life that mirrors the gameplay that suits it. A lot of professional racers, service positions, etc. I don't know, some people want to get in that game to get the absolute f*** away from their real life stuff. I think that the one thing that CIG, one of the most effective things they could probably do to this game to make sure people who are focused on single player or generally just gameplay that is not reliant on any other players kind of stuff, the biggest thing they could probably do is create NPC ships that act as outposts with local jobs. So, what I mean by that is you get your different capital and large size ships. This is my pitch, right? I'd sit in the meeting. I say this kind of stuff on the red telephone to Chris Roberts all the time when we're talking. You'd have regular capital ships leaving from space stations. You'd have the choice of a military capital ship, a commercial capital ship, which would be doing like commercial cargo or people hauling, or an industrial capital ship, like a big mining ship or something, or salvage ship. Each of these ships is essentially just an outpost in the sense that NPCs have specific places that they spend on that ship. They have jobs they do, and you can go on there, you can use services, you can get weapons, you can repair stuff, whatever it might be. But there are also local missions on that ship, much like we currently have the local missions at the outposts in Pyro, which I don't have any because I'm in quantum travel. That way, you can allow players to sign up to get on one of these ships, be flown around in a capital ship, getting that multi-crew experience, getting that experience of living in a breathing spaceship environment with a bunch of different people around them, getting that Star Trek experience and never having to deal with another human. Running missions, having fun, hop in, hop out, do it as fast as you want, whatever. I think that would really help make it more interesting for folks. Like I said, it's not really that different from running missions in an outpost, but I guess a lot of people who don't want to play with other players feel like they're going to miss out on capital ships. And maybe they will, but CIG could help with that. Everyone always mispronounces obituary. It's orbituary instead of obituary. I was wondering about that when I saw it in the map. I was like, that's not the way you say it. You can pop in and out of Starfield anytime. Hey, there you go. Pyro 4 is follows fields, and Sears Canyon is Pyro 5. Okay. On the moon Vatra. Oh, I've not even been to these moons yet. Maybe recruit NPCs. Well, they're not doing NPC crew, so I don't think we'll be able to have much control over them. Squadron 42. There's also that, yeah. I think, yeah, NPCs will have individual traits. That's what they used to talk about, but as we can see, many things are changing, so I don't actually know if that's how it's going to be anymore. Yeah, this is the 4 servers shard. Currently, I am looking at... There are 415 people on the shard. We have 80 people on my specific server. I'm getting 60 frames per second right now out here in space, but about 5 frames on the server. So our server frame rate is not going up during these tests. They were, and I think they do in the beginning. But when it's not the beginning, oh boy, it's a little bit different. All right, so what I want to do, I need to get outside of Pyro 4. Oh man, see, Quantum Boost is going to help so much with this. Yeah, don't get anybody started on an NPC crew, dude. I'm a little tired of talking about it already. Capital ships will just end up being something you take out or a sign-on for a weekend or something. Yeah, I mean, it's cool to have capital ships which offer different kinds of gameplay. I think I'm going to have to manually fly out into space to get the shot that I'm looking for of this planet. I want to get a good long-distance shot of this planet. And I need to capture the rings. The heck are the rings? Are they not rendering? right, so what we're gonna do here is set up a shot that captures the Terminator. Ooh, I am way off. Okay, what I want to do instead is... Man, this... I can't wait for Quantum Boost. It's gonna make all this stuff so much easier. It's not all multiplayer asshole. Is it a single player asshole? The rings are out temporarily? What? God dang it. Oh my god, that's so annoying. You're concerned about there being enough buildable land on the handful of habitable planets in the game, given the millions of players, even if only a fraction ever claim land. I think we've got buildable land. I think we have a long time before we have to worry about millions of players. Right? Like, we're talking thousands, but even the fact that they said it's going to be, your base will only persist across regional shards. So if you're playing in the EU, in EU shards, and I'm playing in the US shards, we will be seeing different things when we look at the same place. We'll be seeing the same things, but different objects, different bases, different ships. So not much of a worry, I think, when it comes to that, in my opinion. But I do think this game could benefit from larger planets. Okay. No rings really decreases the value of a shot of Pyro 4, but I just want to get an idea of what kind of looks we can get here. So let me just... Let's see. I definitely want to get Pyro 5 in the shot, so let's keep going. Just use all of us for crew. You're a pirate crew. Well, that's the argument that usually gets leveled. The streamers, they don't care. They don't understand. They can get 500 players to join them in a party right away. I can't. Like, it's not particularly easy to get a party of people. Yeah, you could just get a whole bunch of random people together, but I am the same as you. When I play the game, I want to play with friends, not just looking to play with a whole bunch of random people all the time. So that's not a good argument. Mrs. Tomato really wants to shoot me, if you couldn't tell. And then on top of that, like, I'm not an advocate for multiplayer gameplay. I'm an advocate for single player.
Come on, chat. Everybody has their point.
Yep. Chat's been pretty lukewarm today.
Spider!
Or this week. No
Do
shooting
it
of
for
Tomato.
the team.
Why can't I? Ow! God!
Why does it sometimes...
Oh, fuck you, Spider.
Sometimes it shoots so hard.
God
and
damn.
sometimes it does not. But this time it did. Thank you, Spider.
At least give me a freaking sub, Jesus. Why do I get shot in the neck for no reason?
No reason. It's for the amusement of the guard.
Oh, right. Yes. The amusement. I forget about that. Honestly, it needs the rings. I'm also too close. I'm far too close to the planet. For these kinds of shots, you gotta get real far away because you gotta get the contrast of the, no, it's all, you don't have to sub, dude, I'm kidding. You gotta get like pretty far to be able to get the contrast of the dark side and the light side. And unfortunately, there's no quantum travel points out here. We don't have quantum boost. Also, these planets are all round. Such a crime. You could always just, yeah, do that little zoom out, but even then that doesn't quite do it, does it? I wonder if changing the cloud settings does anything from out here. Photo mode. Oh, wow, it did. Holy crap. I am impressed. It's all right. It's all right. It's not quite the shot I was hoping for. It looks like everything should be good. Yeah, getting rid of that film grain helps. It's a little bit better. I love the birds. really setting the mood. Okay, has anybody been to this gigantic crater in Pyro 4 yet? You get to actually approach that location. It's always in the dark whenever I get over here. Jordak! Hey, man. Great content, keep it up. Do you know the difference between medbed tiers, what is planned in the long term? Dude, I don't know. The medbeds are kind of in a weird place now. I would say it seems like they are trying to go for a they all allow you to respawn, but they probably use resources in different ways. What's the TTP in game? I don't know. I'll have to check my Moby Glap ass. Oh, is that why the lights just went off? Okay, I will be in there in a second. It's interesting. I can kind of see, like, I can see a pretty strong stuttering coming up when I'm moving fast, and I'm pretty sure that is actually because of my speed. And, like, if I were taking these same shots but going fairly slowly, I think it would probably be a little bit smoother. Wowzers, though, look at that. The controls on my controller are messed up. That's why I'm doing so many awkward camera movements. Looks kind of small. Pyro 4 is a pretty small planet. One more time of that. Ta-da! Alright, let's get a little... So you can kind of see how, because of the size of these planets, the scale, you can see like the clouds lift really high off the surface. Those are the kinds of things that they might be able to solve if they change the size of these planets. Which they talked about pretty recently. How do you think 4.0 release will be? I think it'll be rough, but I think it's good for the game. Definitely good for the game. What do you say we take a little time lapse? Rognan, thank you so much for the sub. Appreciate you on the Prime. Thanks for supporting the channel. How am I finding the latest 4.0 ETTU build? It's going okay. In more populated areas, it does not do well, though. Kind of went at an unequal rate there, unfortunately. Is this a version with all the tech in it? Well, it's got server meshing in it. That's about it, though. Backbone, thank you for the super chat on YouTube. Or becoming a member, actually. Appreciate you. Okay, we're slowing down here. I mean, if we had a smooth frame rate, this would be a really cool shot. In fact, I kind of want to fly back over here. Could probably do this faster if I just quantum travel. I'm gonna get back into orbit and try and get a shot of that planet. Make Pyro 5 look as big as possible in orbit. I think that might be the closest planet to another planet. Well, obviously. It is the closest planet we can see from another planet in this game. So I think some unique chances to get cool shots. Get so frustrated with this game, then you see things like this and it also goes away. That's called abuse. Where is Pyro 5? There it is. Oh my god, look at that. First base from the garden will probably be on Microtech. Yeah, the clouds are moving. Guilty Conscious, thank you for being a member here for 34 months on the channel on YouTube. Holy crap. The gas giants in this patch, yes. In fact, that's what you're seeing in the distance here. As we look over the horizon of Pyro 4, we're looking at Pyro 5, which is the gas giant in this system. There's our ground-based altimeter. It actually scrolls through the numbers now. It's not just a single number. That's pretty nice. I didn't know that was in this patch. Oh yeah, there's like a whole advanced HUD, huh? Okay, this is exactly what I want. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is new HUD is amazing. I'll check that out right after we get this shot. I'm gonna change up my controls real quick just so I can more easily do this because I keep messing up my shots trying to use whatever crazy controls they put on the this by default. I don't even understand why they do it like this. All right, so you got your yaw. Got your pitch. And your roll is not on a stick. Your roll is on your triggers. There we go. And then your strafe up, down. And then our strafe left, right. There we go. That should do better. I'm using an elite controller too. Okay, so I'm going to uncouple us. We're going to move a little bit fast uncoupled, get us moving a little diagonally here. Give us a little bit of an up vector. Set our direction of view. Now we should be able to catch the planet coming up over the horizon here. I'm actually a little bit later than I want it to be. Come on, where is it? I think I dropped down too low. Yeah, I messed up the shot. I mean, it's a good shot, but I missed the planet completely. Yeah, you can land on this planet. Where the heck is Pyro 5 though? Like, how did I get this far out of the view? There it is. Oh my god. All right, well, I'll get a shot like that later, I guess. Let's head down to the planet itself. When we get all the music on Spotify, that was not in-game music. No, that's from my hard drive. Someday, folks, I will get my music in a place where you can use it, I promise. So this is a gigantic crater created by an asteroid or something. They don't really know in game what did this, but it created basically a different biome on the planet. These sort of like obsidian fields. I don't know if there's anything actually here. I guess it looks like there might be an outpost here. Okay. They're just a lone Polaris chilling out here in the middle of a giant crater. Oh no, there is an outpost here. Look at that. Oh, Pedro did an interview? That's very cool. Yeah, I gotta reach back out to the CIG folks, see if they can do that again now. They were kind of on pause up until CitizenCon. So they just planted a little outpost out here in the crater. That's good fun. I want to find out, though, what that outpost is that you named. Follow field. There's also something just called Derelict Outpost. Let's see what that is. Oh, it's talking about ISC. Oh, because he said he dropped into somebody's stream and then said an interview. I thought they were doing interviews again. Use Shazam to identify what you're listening to and have been adding them to a separate bookmark folder. Good call. Very good, useful tool. If you are interested, if you are a creator yourself, if you make videos, if you are looking for a way to use this music, I have it because I buy it from a royalty-free service, so I can use it for whatever I want to use, whether that be videos or streams or whatever. You can always sign up though using my referral link. I think it might pop up if you type in !art list on the YouTube side of it. If you just go down to the comment section, it'll be there, the description. But you can use that link and get access to all this music yourself, and then you have freedom to use it with videos and podcasts and streams and stuff. No, is that not a command on YouTube? I think it might just be on Twitch. Oh, I love the altimeter. How do I turn on the advanced? Yeah, I already watched SCL. I actually put my reaction up on the second channel if you want to watch it. How do you turn up the turn on the advanced HUD that they added? Interesting location for an outpost here, nestled in on the side of this cliff. Probably some decent mining. There's an Intrepid here. Looks like there's somebody down there. I saw somebody running around. Yeah, right there. I'm just seeing how they react. Let's see what this approach does for us. I don't have in-voice comms set up. In-game comms set up. They're actually terrible to try and get working. Oh. It's in the MFD configuration. Cool. Thank you, folks. All right, let's come on, let me out. Ship's about to get me killed. Come on. See, I hate this crap, not being able to close a door without being in a very, very specific spot that is completely unmarked. Like, if this is somebody who wanted to kill me, they absolutely could have by now. Because I can't close my freaking door. There we go. Okay. Oh my god! Please close. Dude, unbelievable. Holy crap. Okay. Now I need to figure out where anybody else out here is. Ouch. Toes. I see no movement. Toes. Not seeing any movement. Honestly, if I were him, I would have expected... Is my freaking ramp down? Oh my god. If I were him, I would have been on that side of the town, ambushing before I came down the slope. But maybe they are not concerned with killing me. And that's the thing, is like, until we have better voice comms, it's really hard to tell. What the? Whoa. Is this a freaking cave? Holmes, is there a cave in the middle of this derelict outpost? What the heck? What? Where did this come from? You live here, buddy? Is this your home? That's a dead end. Oh, there's minables in here, though. Plenty of minables in here. Whoa, there's baddies in here. Are you guys actually baddies, or are you just chilling? Oh yeah, they're baddies. Oh crap! Dude just chucked a grenade at me. Since when did they do that? Okay. So yeah, we got a little bit more adventure in here than we normally do. Oh, lost person. Did they kill you? You should be able to find this person and still get the credit for the mission if you do find them. Yeah, I don't want this. Get rid of this. Drop this. Drop it. There are no good guys in Pyro. See that? That kind of thought, that's how you end up with no good guys in Pyro. Your ammo's not that bad. Or your armor, whatever. Actually look kind of cool. Look kind of cool, guy. Alright. Let's continue. Love coming across a random cave underneath a derelict village. That's pretty cool. I think these caves need more alternate paths, though. It still feels like they're so linear. Like, I just want to keep being driven down the same exact... See, we go over here and it's a dead end. So, obviously, they want you to go this way. Gotta be a little bit more confusing than that. Hey, Shempasta, thank you for the sub, mate. 20 months now. And Creator, CC Creator sub for freaking 42 months today. Holy crap. 07's, buddy. Appreciate you coming back through. Hope you're enjoying the stream, man. Hey. Okay, bye. Hey, just killed your friend over here? Yeah. Wow, I cannot carry any more ammo, huh? Fine. That's how everyone seems to be thinking. That's how it's always been. Have you noticed that? Whenever people talk about Pyro, all they think it is about is PvP. When people say that people aren't showing up to the Pyro system, people will be like, oh, it turns out that CIG overestimated how many PvP players there are. Like, Pyro's not just a PvP system. It's not just a group play system. Stop trying to label and categorize all types of gameplay for a specific type of person. There's so much diversity in the types of people who play this game or any game that it's silly to generalize that all of the people who are trying to do one thing are doing it for one specific reason. And I might even do that on accident sometimes, but Pyro's got a lot more in it than just the ability to shoot at other players. It is unfortunate, though, that a lot of that isn't actually working that much, or hasn't been made for the game yet. So this is like a dead end, looks like. So we've Brother, what? Where did I just... Oh my god. I wonder if they put this here specifically because they knew that people would mess up that jump. And that's why there's a body down here too. That actually makes a ton of sense why there's a body down here. I thought I was just screwed after screwing that up. Whew. Let's get back up to the service. We had a player we were stalking up there. Up-to-date missions, that's what we're about to try out. Once I clear this outpost and see whatever happens here, whether I die or not, I want to see if we can run a mission. Let me up. Sun barely hits here, doesn't it? Ship's still good. And it actually looks like the other ship left. The other player might have gone. Yeah, I think they're gone. Let's keep looping back around, see if there's any loot. Okay. Because I would rather not die. Alright, well, we were doing good up until that moment. Classic, yep. Just like, you know, the usual way to end a Star Citizen play session. Just fall through the planet. It's all good. I was done anyways. I don't know what you're talking about. I wanted to keep playing. What do you mean? The locations are already more interesting, though. Both in their placements, in the fact that they all have factions that clearly are hostile towards you unless you have the right reputation, and even in some of their construction. Like, as a Derelict outpost, that was way better than Stanton's Derelict outposts, and having a cave within the outpost is a good combination of locations that hopefully they can use to... Like, they could say, oh, there's a pirate base at the Derelict outpost, and you can clear that out and just go. But if you do a little search around, you can find the entrance to this cave, and that's where they have all their drugs stashed. And, like, you go in there, it's a little harder to clear that out. There's more people, but you get the real loot down there. And then, once you're in the cave, the gang has had the chance to call in reinforcements, so you come back out of the cave, and you gotta fight your way out. Something like that, right? Like, how cool would it be to just be able to do that? Oh, we're so close. Really want that kind of stuff. I hope that turning these little locations that have almost nothing to do into actual places where multiple missions can take place like that is something they're hoping to do with the mission refactor. 4.0 not ready this year. Hope they don't force it to live. I hope we go open PTU and just 318 it. Same way they did 318. Push it out, open PTU, let the people who don't want to deal with it keep playing live for the next few months. Might be ready for Wave 2. It might be. I think they really got to figure out these problems with the space stations in order to really be good to go for Wave 2. Like, let's see if this elevator... It looks like elevators up here aren't working. Can you guys get downstairs? No, that person just left. Come on. Come on, let me down. Will crafting and construction have environmental consequences, such as depleting our planet's resources or affecting its ecosystem? Well, we will deplete resources, but those might respawn over time in other places. I don't know if we'll be able to deplete an entire planet's resources. They probably won't allow that to be like a really big permanent thing. And I doubt we will be changing the ecosystem. It's already complicated enough, right? Let you make the choice of whether or not it's cooked enough. Tell it like it is, man. Make the call. You like the constant tension of always being at risk of random attack. So do I. And I would really love some voice service that works better so that I can really feel comfortable getting into that. As it is right now, I feel really bad shooting random people without being able to actually talk to them. If they've shot me first, then I have no problem. But if like I come across somebody like we just did at that Derelict outpost, I really don't want to have to open fire on them because I'm nervous. But if you can't talk, it's hard. Because there's no reputation loss right now. There's no real deterrent against doing that. Have I noticed any better performance with interaction delay? Not consistently. I've definitely played in situations in a server meshed environment that are better than anything I've played not server meshed. But I've also played in situations that are server meshed that didn't do very well. So I think there are other variables at play there. Oh, I'm not saying push it to open PTU and not Wave 2. I'm saying I'm not sure if this is ready for Wave 2 right now. I'm hoping it's ready for open PTU by the end of the month. You flicker your headlamp? Yeah, that actually works pretty well, Bert. Just a little... It's me! It's me! Or just give someone a seizure. You're just glad it's working at all? You have high hopes now it will get to a place where SC can be a real MMO? I'm glad it's working too. But I'm still waiting to see some improvements from the tech itself. And I know that's maybe that sounds a little unfair, like we just want it to work, just like PES did, but no, I want to see some improvements pretty quickly from server meshing. Not crazy improvements, not huge things, but just signs that it's going in that direction. And we have seen some of that already, where we were playing with those 30 frame per second servers, but more consistency would be nice. Man, well, we were doing well as long as we weren't in a space station, but I think we're trapped here, folks. We're up to 500 capacity player servers. It's already crazy considering we used to be on 50. 50. Yeah. You know what's kind of even wilder is think about this. The whole idea of having a one world shard. I mean, let's fall short of that, right? Let's say one regional shard. So one of the things that they talked about during CitizenCon yesterday, Star Citizen Live, not CitizenCon, was they specifically said that we will have shards within a region. So just like it is right now, if you go to the main menu and you go persistent universe and you say, I want a server selection of EU, and then you load in, it will throw you into an EU shard, but it might not be the same as somebody else's. And that's how it will be for what sounds like the foreseeable future. They will have multiple shards per region, and you will be able to see other bases within your region, even if you're on a different shard. You can interact with them, you can buy stuff, you can sell stuff, you can land at it, you can use the services, repair, all that stuff. You can't attack it. If you try to attack it, it will move you to whichever regional shard that base is originally on. So we're already looking at the idea of splitting regions up into shards, because think about how many people are on each region. if you have,
speaking. Tomato will be with you shortly.
let's say 800,000 people playing in the US region, in order for them to encapsulate that, they'd have to make a 8,000 person shard. Right now we're at 500 people. So it might be safe to assume that they're actually going to split these regional shards up into, I don't know, 2 to 3,000, 5,000. I don't know what the number would be, but it is safe to assume that we will not have everybody in the US playing all in the same instance, which is a bummer because that was a huge part of people's draw for server meshing. Doesn't mean server meshing is not useful. Obviously, it's still helpful. We can see that we're testing it right now for a different type of situation, but it does mean that does not necessarily mean you're going to be getting 10,000 people, 20,000 people. That's the thing is, I don't know how big a regional shard could be. Yeah, that's part of Star Citizen Live. Really important to go watch. My talk over it is on the second channel. If you want to hear my own thoughts on all of it in depth, we talk about it in the podcast we recorded yesterday. And I also put out like a shorter thing about base rating offline and all that stuff. But there's no clear indication of how big shards will be. Like, they still haven't said what they're aiming for. They're testing 2,000 size shards, so we know they're going to at least go for 2,000 people. Are we going to see 10,000 people in a shard? 20,000? Like, are you guys thinking you'll see 2 million players in the US, so then you'll have 500,000 person shards? I don't know what it's going to be, but fact of the matter is the goal right now is to aim for multiple shards per region, as opposed to one shard per region. The goal might be one US shard, but at least yesterday, from what they said, with the way they are designing the game for Star Citizen 1.0, base building, crafting, and attacking other bases is being designed for a version that has multiple shards per region. That's what they were saying. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but it sounds like that was pretty set in stone in terms of how base interaction would work. Yeah, they've definitely decided to go with whatever is going to make this game work. Which I just released a supporter exclusive about that, actually. Anybody who is a YouTube, Patreon, or Twitch supporter, you can see that video where I talk about the fact that a lot of the things they're doing are just to make sure the game works and get it finished. It is possible that they're finally starting to feel the continued pressure from people to stop taking time and like just get things finished and going, and that's what they're shooting for now. I think the 5 system plan for 1.0 is also not enough space for just one shard. Well, one shard will have to handle... I mean, it's not really geographic for the shard, right? Yeah, I don't think they can do one whole shard. I think that's pretty crazy. I do hope they still get to the regional shard idea, but I don't know. It sounds like it's not working out too well.
Welcome to the ASOS vehicle retrieval system.
Regionality of bases will cause some orgs to have to rethink their structure to separate. International orgs will have some thinking to do on that.
Your insurance claim has been
You'd
sent.
be a fool not to buy that.
Please visit us again. Goodbye.
1/6 to 1/3. I think the moons are 1/6. Although that'd be cool to bring the moons up to 1/6. The planets are 1/10, I believe, in scale. That's funny because record funding year after... Record funding year after record funding year when they are taking their time. Then once Tyro takes over, funding dips. I mean, Tyro has been, at least he's been running. Dude, that's a huge correlation to try and draw. That one person led to the funding dipping. I think that there's a lot to be said about how much anger and frustration is apparent. I mean, let's like, we don't even have to touch on what the company probably receives. I, as a streamer, am so incredibly sick of answering for the amount of time this game is taking. Like, I'm cool with the time it's taken, and I'm willing to see things out as the sort of like, see what happens, go for the big vision that you're trying for, because it's pretty cool. Scale it back so that it's usable, but like, shoot for what you're doing. But it's so fucking annoying dealing with people being constantly annoyed and angry at every other thing, and they're completely in the right to do so. People can be angry, that's fine. It's just very draining. And they as a company deal with it so much more. I'm sure at some point they need to try and actually release something, and if that means you have to do 10 shards instead of 1, then do it. And I hope that's as far as they need to go to make sure they can launch. But as much as I want them to keep going, man, you can only get yelled at for so long before just like making the game happen. And they're going to make the game happen however it can, however the technology works. And if they can after that, hopefully expand to 1 shard across the globe, or at least 1 shard per region. I hope they do. Oh, thanks for the shout out for Crouch. Appreciate that. And also, I don't know if, did I say thank you for the raid, Crouch? Appreciate you dropping in here with the folks, man. Elfian, good to see you, buddy. How are you doing? How have things been going for you this lovely holiday season? Funding dips, they still made over 106 million. We aren't going to do crafting. We're basing crafting around... I don't think Richard Tyre was the first person to talk about doing crafting. In fact, base building was introduced before Richard Tyre even worked at the company, I think. 2017 base building was introduced. Rich showed up in 2019. Well, thank you, Crouch. I appreciate you. How have you been, buddy? Yeah, there's plenty of people who are angry over the time. So, I mean, you have 30% of the player base from 2013 saying we've waited long enough, launch a game. And you have another 30% of the player base from 2013 saying, no, complete what you're doing. Keep taking as long as you want. And then you have the other 180% of the player base from all other times who are like, can we get a good space game? And CIG has to decide who they want to... who they're going to serve. Who do they think gave them the most money and deserves the most attention and all that stuff? Because people think that giving money is what means that their answers should be met. And so they've got different parties to please. Do you think, in your opinion, when would you say the RSI Orion will be flyable and complete? That's a long time. That's years. Funding drops again for 2025. I bet CIG starts pushing gameplay hard to reel people back in. I think they're already pushing gameplay hard. I think people underestimate how hard some of the devs at CIG are pushing the things they're working on to try and bring more stuff to the game, but the game can't run. Funding next year very well could be less than this year. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen next year, but I don't see a reason. Like, there's no obvious reason for funding to grow next year, in my opinion. A lot of Kickstarter games from time lost engine support and couldn't afford to reroute. So yeah, I mean, at some point they've got to make that call. Do we keep going and risk not being able to fund the engine that we're building? Or do we make a game that can do that and then work on it later? Which is what a lot of people have been asking for a long time.
Stand by. The ASOS vehicle retrieval center.
Oh, you'd be a fool not to buy that.
Isn't it time the gameplay was front and center over the look and feel, and maybe that look and feel should alter to accommodate gameplay without diminishing how good the game looks? Do you feel like they're putting looks over gameplay? I would say most of CitizenCon this year seemed focused on gameplay over looks. That first panel was definitely talking about looks, the new planet tech, the rendering, the global illumination. But then we had like Starchitect, which was looking at locations and points of interest. We had armor specialization, we had base building, crafting, new missions, monster hunting. It feels like they're talking gameplay. We just got the cargo refactor finally. And engineering is, I think, the biggest thing they're trying to push into the game right now. Middle of a match on Overwatch. You play Overwatch? Still the first one? Followed since day one, but waited over 8 years to pledge because that was when you felt it. You could trust the direction and vision. Since then, they have literally changed the game. Quite a bit has changed. Yeah. Do I think mining will be viable in 4.0, Pyro, and or Stanton? Yeah. I think so. From what I'm hearing, the commodities have different balances in 4.0 that make them actually more interested in trading. But I guess that's more cargo hauling than mining. Up until now, CIG has prioritized looks and visuals. What do you mean by now? Because when I said they seemed like they were focusing more on gameplay, I'm talking about this year. We saw FPS improvements, AI improvements, UI improvements. The map was made to work better. The MFDs are made to work better. We got the cargo refactor. They worked on engineering. Those were like the gameplay focused things. And then visuals this year, I think they did a clouds improvement. They dropped the rendering engine in, the Gen 12 renderer. The water simulation was a looks thing. Visuals. I don't think they redid any landing zones or anything this year. Contested zones have been designed with gameplay first big time. Oh yeah, there's also, yeah, contested zones and asteroid bases. Like they've... My ship doesn't turn on. They've been, I think, doing some pretty gameplay focused stuff as of late. Okay, my ship doesn't turn on. Server's down? Think they will get volumetric water? I don't think so. I don't know. The entire last 3 years you've been playing has been mostly gameplay improvements. Yeah, I guess I'm stuck. Advanced HUD is a good gameplay improvements. I still haven't seen that. I'm not really sure what's going on here. No progress in developing existing loops. Which loops? There it is. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, I would hope for more progress in different gameplay loops. I would say there's been progress in the salvage mining and cargo loops, though. Oh, they added salvage missions, which is nice. Not a big thing, but imagine how much boring, how many people have suggested or told people to do salvage missions in the last year and a half that otherwise you wouldn't have told them to try salvaging because it's too much work to go out there and try and find the goods on your own and scrape them down. Instead, you should just take a mission. I think that was a really good change to an industrial profession, but I think mining should have gotten those missions as well at some point. They still haven't released the mining missions, which is weird. They were working on them a while back, and that definitely would have helped. But I think that was at least some improvement to salvage. And then cargo, thank God. I don't know if there are any cargo haulers in chat. I'd love to hear your opinion. But from what I've heard, cargo haulers feel like they actually matter a little bit again. I think cargo hauling's been broken for like 5 years. And it's not back up to where it used to be with this update, which kind of sucks. But hopefully with this economy change in 4.0, it will be in a better place. Gotta wait for contested zones and all that jazz to get to Stanton, though. True. True. Better than clouds. How have contested zones been so far for you? I haven't really gotten them to work that well for me. I've had fun in them for sure, but I haven't been able to figure out how to move through them for the right objectives. I just kind of move through them and shoot at people if I find them. Gotta get a refund for every penny you spent at IAE. What'd you get at IAE, Scott? Sitcon this year was not full of the visual spectacle of some past year. It was more subdued and more about making a game. Oh yeah, that's what we were talking about. They've been focusing more on gameplay as of recent. I think this year and last year, Citizen Cons were a good sign of that kind of shift. The loot's cool. The loot is pretty cool. I'm hoping that we can find the Volt weapons as loot in 4.0. I think that would be a real good shift. A good surprise for the player base. You tried cargo hauling, but the elevators broke it. Well, you know, that's just tradition. Do I think we'll get hunting missions? Like fauna? I think as we get more fauna, we'll get more hunting missions. Don't know when the next one will be, though. It looks like it's the sandworm. Placeholder reward was cool. Wonder what the real reward will be. Yeah, I hope it's the Volt weapons. Intrigued by the mining changes they discussed during SCL, the idea of having specific minerals tied to specific biomes and predictable natural features like rivers is fascinating. Cool stuff. Stuff they talked about before. I love that side of the change. I think that's a great change for mining gameplay. But I'm concerned about the way that they're locking minerals away to their own gameplay silos. A little weird. Okay, is my ship working? Ugh. I cannot. Oh, I can get it actually. It just... This is not working. There we go. Holy crap. So hard to get this video or this ship working. Elfian, do the different stations have different contested zones? Like, is there a reason to go to the different ones, or am I getting the experience from one of them? I honestly might just try doing a contested zone again because it's proving so difficult to get out of space stations in 4.0. Oh, look at this. Oh, lag pips, fade picks, staggered firing. Nice. Magnify symbology. HUD. Enable MFD cast, enable advanced UI. Whoa! That's sick! Wait, that actually looks like a real UI. God, it's so nice to be out of the age of like Star Citizen's 2018, 2019 UIs. These UIs are, you know, appear more finished, and I love them for it. All kinds of readings on here. No, you know, that's really nice because like this is it. This is the answer right here. Giving people the choice of having that more in-depth detail is super important. Choice is key. We love choice. Feet pics? Okay. Why follow development of a game that's not aiming for anything special because it's aiming for something you like? I've followed development of a whole bunch of games that were not special per se. I mean, they're special because there's not another game exactly like them, but I don't know, it's like saying why follow anything that's not special. These things are fun. I think it's reasonable to have some mourning over the fact that Star Citizen will not be the Star Citizen that it was proposed to be 10 years ago. But there's also, I think, some really good things to be seen, and also some key details that are staying, that exist, that are remaining, that I think are pretty worth being excited if you're into space games. That being said, I totally understand if people are ditching Star Citizen because it's not what they thought it was going to be. We have always known that was going to be the case, whether it was for people who saw the game change or people who came in and didn't realize what kind of game it was, but there's definitely going to be reason to leave this game. You think it's good the way a hand or rock miner can contribute in a meaningful way? Otherwise, anyone with a crude Orion would corner the mining market. Oh, I don't mean the ability to... Well, there are other ways to do that, right? If you had an Orion, you could make it impossible to mine a hand or a rock mineable. It's part of that immersive sim nature of allowing players to do something and then find out the consequences to it. And this almost is more of a principle thing in my mind than anything else, but the idea that you have a mineral called gold, and the size that that gold is found in is the size, it determines your gameplay, rather than you determining the gameplay and then being forced to find that specific type of gold. You know what I mean? If I find a heavy-duty, very valuable deposit of quantanium that we could crack with a prospector, if we just had a prospector, but we can't. Luckily, we have 10 rock miners stored in the back of the Star Lancer that we can take out and crack that rock instead. That's impossible when they separate it because it's just a different ship that's interacting with it. And that's my view on it. You were on this server, you're going to switch because it's having too much problems? Yeah, I don't blame you. As a backer from 2012, the current scope is far beyond and more exciting than the original pitch for you. You're all for it? I love it. There's things that I miss, things that I don't. I like where it's going, though. You follow it because it fulfills your imagination of what might or could be, whether it achieves that or not. I think the main attraction that the devs have caught on to is the journey of making the best. It is certainly a journey. Sound like it could be materials locked, not everything. If it's just material, like if they're just like, oh, gold only shows up at sizes that can be mined by hand minables, then I'd be like, okay, I'll accept that. But that still on its own means that there's just this random sized rock that we can't access because it's too big. Or not because it's too big, because they say you can't. Sounds like even the respectful people are being snarky and poking the bears that don't really have a problem with the game. Why do that? Just find another game to play. Well, that's just the way of life. Something to keep in mind that you will... Oh! We're out. We're good. Something to keep in mind that becomes ever more and more apparent as you spend your time perusing the comment sections of the various corners of the internet.
Thank you for visiting. Safe travels.
Is that people want you to not just understand why they're unhappy, but sympathize with it. So even if it's not something that necessarily makes you unhappy, if it makes them unhappy, they want you to understand their feelings and look at it from their perspective, or rather not even look at it, see it from their perspective on what they're feeling. And until that happens, a lot of people will continue to tell you about it and then explain it to you and expect you to get to that understanding. And I think that level of discourse is why people end up getting into arguments. Not because they're angry about somebody else's view, just because everybody wants other people to understand their view and feels like they're not. Investigation missions, huh? Whole bunch of caves. But it's not telling me where. Abandoned outpost on Pyro 3. Okay, we'll do that. Investigation mission on Pyro 3. And I've got the goods on. You doubt that if gold was only mineable, it would appear in massive rocks in space, but maybe you misunderstand. You'd think certain gems and stones would be only hand mineable, whereas gold would make less sense as a hand mineable. My critique isn't really so much about what is or is not a hand mineable as what we can interact with. Thank you very much. Like I said, it's mostly a principle thing. Holy crap, Walgrid, you just dropped 5 members on the YouTube sub, dude. God dang you. Yeah, little thank you for the support, man. Just straight doubling the day's productivity. Solely. Thank you very much. Hope you're having a good weekend, Walgrid. It's a thing of principle, I promise you. My problem with this is not something that is that big of a deal. This is like, you know how everybody has a sticking point, a thing, like a little thing that they're really anal about? Mine is immersive sims. I am, like, one of the most impressive games to me in history was Deus Ex. And games made by, God, what was their, I can't even remember their name anymore. Not Touching Stone or whatever. They made a couple different games. And there was that guy that was kind of like the father of immersive sims. I think he also did System Shock. BioShock came from the same idea. The Prey game from 2018, same sort of thing. Immersive sims are really cool because they are all about setting a set of rules and then seeing how you work around them. So the idea of creating minerals and then, like, you can limit our ability to mine a mineral. Man, I'm just sitting here in quantum mode, like, out here over Pyro. I probably shouldn't do this. You can limit our ability to mine goods by size. My point is to not do that by a rule that says it is literally impossible to mine minerals. That was my problem with hover mode, right? It forced you to fly a certain way when you reached a certain speed instead of giving you the choice. That was my problem. That's my sole problem with master modes. Like, when we talk about master modes being good or bad, whether we like it or not, my thing is, my problem with master modes was that it was an artificial limitation on the speed rather than a use of power or engineering or something like that. I have the same view of this. Limiting our ability to mine certain size rocks, in my opinion, is best done using gameplay aspects rather than random rules set by the developers. And I know that you can't do that for everything. So, like, I'm not going to get on their case for all of that. But that's a disappointing point for me because of that. Walgreet, you're at Damer practice? I feel like rocks should be able to be mined rather than millions of rocks that are just blanks. Oh, all rocks should be mined? Not a bad idea either. They're just inert. Oodles, also Civilization 7. Don't forget about that one. Master modes was a power limitation thing, but it wasn't defined by your power systems. Like if I changed my components, it did not change how master modes worked. Master modes was a one-size-fits-all solution of you have reached this speed, you must now change your mode. That's how hover mode was, and that's what I didn't like about hover mode. I would prefer if master modes was handled in the sense that, oh, you were pushing your thrusters this hard, looks like your shields can't keep up and need to be disabled. That would be the equivalent of what I'm talking about if it were applied to master modes. What changes are coming to mining? Well, they're specifying where minables will show up per biome, which will be cool. So maybe if you find like a mountainside that has a bunch of crumbled rocks, you'd be more likely to find minables in that pile of crumbled rocks. You might find different minerals near rivers and stuff like that, or specifically in caves. Just making it a little bit more specific. But they're also changing the way that you can scan for minables. So a prospector or a rock will no longer ever be able to affect each other's minables. They're specifically set to a certain type of gameplay in the game, which is good for player ease. Makes the game more understandable and easy to pick up, but I think it does take away a little bit of that player freedom. Operator modes is the evolution. We already had operator modes. Operator modes have been around as long as master modes. That's what you're doing when you use the middle mouse button to switch. They're just removing master modes and taking it back to operator modes like it was before. If you don't like master mode, you should play something else. I quit Star Citizen. Never played it again. Oops. Wrong lights. Whoa! Okay. So we've got a random Hercules floating over. Looks like we've got some baddies out here, so we're going to want to come in prepared. We have got a missing person to find. And I cannot go into third person camera. Whoa! Did that ship just land? Okay, I feel I am not actually landed. Okay, we got to keep an eye on that Hercules. I feel like they just landed. Don't understand why master modes are such a big deal. It's different reasons for different people. I mean, I explained my own problem with them. I didn't have much of a problem with them other than that and the changeover cycle, which is what they're kind of getting rid of. Hello, Stairway. Good to see you. Thanks for dropping in. I have a video explaining, you know what? I'll give you guys a little preview. Here is my 1-minute explanation of what is happening to master modes. this is a preview of the video that I have coming out tomorrow that will explain the entirety of what happened with master modes. But essentially what they're doing is they're taking... So you had master modes and then you had operator modes before. Operator modes existed within master modes. That was your missiles, guns mode, scanning mode, quantum mode, mining mode, salvage mode. Those are operator modes. Essentially what they're doing is removing master modes from the game and taking the two versions, the two operator modes that were within master modes, that is guns and missiles, those were in SCM master modes. They're moving those into the operator mode system. And that's it. We already have a quantum travel operator mode, so that's not really changing. They're really not changing too much. They're just removing the idea of master modes. Here is my packaged explanation of it, though, that will go into my video coming out tomorrow, if you're interested. Master modes are dead, mostly. See, master modes are just two different types of flight. Your functional flight, guns, missiles, mining, scanning, salvage, combat, tractor beaming, and other utilities, and navigation flight, quantum travel, scanning, and eventually quantum boost. But each of those things I named are operator modes within the master modes framework. So overall, you have 2 master modes with 8+ operator modes between them. Look at SCM. At its core, this mode is mainly known for allowing weapons and shields. Using the guns and missile operator mode, you could do this. Now, you will freely use guns and missiles in their own modes without needing to determine an SCM mode as well, essentially stripping away that SCM master mode. On the other hand, nav mode at its core was known for travel speeds of around 1200 meters per second and quantum travel. Ignoring the scanning operator mode, you'll now freely use quantum travel as its own operator mode, with quantum boost possibly getting its own as well, essentially stripping away the nav master mode. And that's it. I think it makes it fairly clear. It's just an evolution on the system they've been using, like Scott said, but it is definitely a clear acknowledgement that master modes was, I think, making things a little bit too complicated. And so they were just like, screw switching speeds, we're just going to drop all speeds forever, always. And I can't get my stupid freaking ramp up. I don't like the Vanguard's ramp. I really don't. Update the Vanguard. Yeah, we really need quantum boost. They're not removing master modes? Oh. Well, I don't know. That's how I understand it. I don't know how else to explain it. There's not going to be a master mode. They're just turning nav mode into low-grade quantum travel officially. They're just turning nav mode into low-grade quantum travel. Wait, so I don't understand. Where am I wrong? They're keeping master modes? Like, we will still be switching master modes, you think? Alright, where's this stupid missing person? Ooh, I like this song. Hopefully nobody steals my ship. Pray they don't alter it further. They literally explained it. Yeah, I'm trying to understand where I got it wrong, how they explained it. They are altering master modes, not removing it completely. Meh. I say they're removing it by name. I know that they're not removing the idea of switching between modes, but there are 2 things that determined what master modes was. 1 was being separate from operator modes. 2 was changing your speed of flight. And both of those things are being removed, unless you can prove otherwise. You have to stand right behind the Vanguard to close the ramp. Maybe the Vanguard should be a little more accommodating. These buildings feel... These are a little bit different from the Derelict in Stanton, huh? These buildings are a lot bigger than the ones we have in Stanton, but these also do look like the ones they originally were testing with when they did... Okay. Well, I guess nobody stole my ship. They just take off and bomb? Was that it? Was that the... That was the game plan? Well, life in Pyro. Once quantum boosting becomes a thing that will effectively be nav mode. Yes, there's essentially going to be an operator mode that handles quantum, travel, quantum boosting, and jump points. But it is not a master mode, it is an operator mode. Which means you only need to switch between the other operator modes in it to use it. That is the middle mouse button right now. That is what I mean when I say that they are killing master modes. There is not another switching method to switch master modes to do that. You just switch from one operator mode to another through the middle mouse button right now. They might change that button, but the idea behind what master modes was supposed to be is no longer. They're collapsing it into the operator mode system. Ouch. You my guy? Didn't like that ship. Just blow it up. Wasn't a fan of that ship anyways. Need a major Q&A immediately. Since he said it's all considered quantum travel now, does that mean no G's at all outside of SCM? That is something that I don't know and understand. Is if you switch into your operator mode meant for quantum travel, does that still fly at SCM speed? In which case you would still have your... I don't think there's a missing person here. Can you use other operator modes within that operator mode? No. At least that's not the way I understand it. Now, you know, I thought I had it. Maybe I'll go rewatch it because now you guys are all making me feel like I need to go redo this video. Master modes is still going to be master modes. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? What does that mean? You guys need to define for me what master modes is. All right. Everybody in chat who is telling me that master modes still exist, define for me what it is so I can understand if I am actually understanding you wrong or if we're saying the same thing two different ways. Because this is just going to keep confusing me. Go find your missing person. Dude, I can't. There is no missing person here. They still don't work. Unfortunately. Oh my god, did somebody start a giveaway? Brock! Oh, Brock started a giveaway for... What, for two stickers in the chat? I completely missed that. Thank you, Brock, but nobody won the giveaway because nobody saw that. Fourth wall! Do better. You got a different vibe about it? You mean you can use guns in this new quantum travel mode, but you can't use guns in mining mode or salvage mode or missile mode? You get me? Can you not use guns in salvage, mining, or missile mode? I guess, are you saying because they didn't explicitly say that? Or you can't do it right now? Maybe you can use guns in those modes. Two master modes, SCM plus quantum. Two master modes, SCM plus quantum. So, Okay, so you guys are saying there are two separate modes. What separates those modes? Because if there's two separate modes, let's go back to this animation. So if master modes is still the same way, and there's two separate modes, what defines switching between this and this? If navigation is its own mode and SEM is its own mode. Shields, no shields is what you understand. So the difference for you guys is whether or not the quantum drive is on. He's determined to not remake the video. Dude, do you know how much money it costs to make these things? Of course I don't want to remake the video. Master modes is just the switch. What I'm trying to understand is there a distinction between the mode that you enter for quantum travel and the mode you enter for, say, mining? Man, I might actually just not make this video. I don't feel like trying to figure this out anymore. The name master mode is going away. And we get to use... Yeah, see, okay. Love Lineator might have actually just fucking made sense. So, the name master modes is going away, and we get to use the weapons without shields in quantum mode. So, they are, from the understanding... Not different for us, it's factual. For fuck's sake. I don't mean it like that. Alright. I'm gonna figure this out on my own. I don't want to get frustrated on the stream here. I will do some looking into this, and maybe I won't work on this video. Because I guess I'm not understanding. But this person is not appearing, which is another mission lost, and our ship got destroyed. So we are having a whole bunch of fun. I know master modes is not operator modes, man. That's... I should not go over these things on chat. I'm sorry. Alright, I guess we count that towards our death count. Hey, we finally are at number 2. Wait, I've died multiple times today, huh? I died like 3 times. I had to backspace like 3 times before the stream even started. So we'll add 3 to that. Will the game be like this on live? Probably not. It's, this is going to be really bad compared to live. Although, actually, live has been really bad compared to PTU sometimes, so who knows. Why not? It's good discussion. Because I don't want to get frustrated. Like, I can feel myself getting frustrated at not understanding, and I would rather not derail this stream with my own emotions and stick to what we're having fun with. You guys can keep talking about it. But I'm just going to try and not, because I feel like I'm talking in circles and being told something that isn't true. But then I'm also being told go watch the video to confirm. So instead of trying to debate it right now, I'm just going to watch the video after this and figure it out myself. Quick side question: for cargo missions with 1 to 2 people, do you prefer the Spirit or the Zeus? I prefer the Spirit. If I'm in more dangerous space, I'll take the Zeus. It's got a little more defense to it, but the Spirit's a really nice package. What is the point in combat without shields when armor is still an unknown quantity in terms of ships' hulls? What is the point in combat without shields when armor is still an unknown quantity in terms of ship's hull? My answer is always going to be choice. Like letting players do stuff would be the reason to allow it. You don't care for the Zeus Spirit, then go bigger than Zeus. If they made a Zeus, if Crusader made a Zeus, then I'd be all for it. I think that's what would convince me to love the Zeus. I'm just dropping these one. I'm sitting here thinking I'm putting these in my backpack and I'm just like dropping them on the floor. Imagine just going to a store and grabbing all the water off the shelf and just dropping it. Nah. That's a cool backpack. Oh, it's heavy. I ain't got time for that. Alright, so we don't really have a ton more time now. So I'm going to try the contested zone one more time. We'll see if that performs any better. That could be a litmus test for us. Unfortunately, now we don't have any of the stuff we brought. All of the ammo we had. I don't have my S71 anymore. That sucks. What's going on? Yeah, I'm gonna have to buy a whole bunch of more stuff now. At least I can have these waters. Where's my store option? Don't I have a backpack on? I'll say this, Scott. Everybody is trying to figure out what they were saying, and none of us have much information. But I'm not really getting that we're all trying to figure out what it is when I'm talking about it here. All I'm getting is you're wrong. This is how it is. Hanger. Nope, not hanger.
Activate.
You get pushed when you're messing with attaching guns in the PTU? Oh, that's a fun one. Weapon. Sweat on you. If they fix the cargo on the CL, it would be amazing. What's wrong with the CL's cargo? Does it not fit anymore? Oops. Guess I'll just take one of these. Excited to watch the video and hope you choose to keep going with it. Yeah, we'll see. I might need to like find somebody pretty flight model related to talk to them about it. I think it's just a misunderstanding in terms. I think the terms master modes and operator modes is confusing people, and that's what's causing the disconnect. What about else? How is Pyro? Is it fun? It has its moments. I need a medical facility, and then I'll show you just how fun it is. Okay, Boomer. Whenever I think of Boomer, I don't know about you guys, but I think of the gigantic monster thing from Gears of War. What the? Oh, right. Yeah, Pyro is pretty buggy. I actually haven't played on... I haven't played on the Stanton side of the EPTU. Is it playing better? Is Stanton actually better than Pyro, or is it just 4.0 overall is pretty buggy? I need ammo. How long till the PU gets this? It's gonna be a while. I don't even know if they'll hit this year. We all have our theories, but every day it's kind of like, is it gonna? Okay, screw the missing persons mission. Screw my reputation, I don't care. What's my favorite planet so far? In Pyro would be Pyro 4. It's beautiful. But they removed the rings. Yeah, PXK, what you're saying is the way I understood it. That's how I was trying to describe it. But I think it's the terminology that's confusing people. Thank you, though. Seeing that in chat makes me feel like not as crazy, and maybe what I'm saying does make sense. Why did it just say entering armistice zone? Let me take my gun out! Wowzers. Okay, Star Citizen. What's going on? I can't pull my gun out. Just stuck gripping a med pen angrily at my side. Ow. Okay. Just stabbed myself. Yeah, no, this isn't working. I can't. There is no choice. Only phases coming up for Stave Stanton, Save 1 and Phase 1 and 3. I haven't played Stave Stanton yet. Shave Stanton. What loot did I get here? Just some nice kitted out guns, but I can't see any loot. I just want to use my gun. Please, I just want to play the game. Please, Star Citizen. Please, I just want to play. Oh, God. It's part of the ritual of playing this game. It's just crying at your monitor to let you just do the thing you're trying to do. Okay. That... Wait. Am I trapped in here? Or? Pal World is $11. Beautiful. Might I suggest getting it on G2G? Cycling required. So this is an airlock. So oh, okay. Guess I'm just dumb. Why is this segment vacuumed? Oh, no, it's just that room? Okay. Alright, so we made it in here. Still no gun. Oh! Oh my god! Oh, is it... Is it... You literally... Oh, it's because it's an armistice zone? Is that why it was giving me problems? Man, if that's why it was not working, that's really annoying. And I'm the idiot. Oh! Whoa! Whoa, there's two of them! Oh, crap! Okay, always bring a buddy. Oh, geez, there were freaking 4 of them. It's actually the first time I've run into people in one of these zones. Finally. I'm not even mad that I died. I'm just glad that I finally got into an actual conflict in there. I was not expecting it. We did hear gunfire, though, so I should have probably expected it. Yes. A challenge. An actual gun. Let's go. Let's get back in there. Got him. Take me then. Take me to my destination. Please. Now that we died, we have to face the real boss. The elevators. That is Pyro game. Wait, hold on. I gotta read this in the actual tone it was typed in. That is Pyro gameplay? A cheap, craptastic, janky, unbalanced deathmatch mode? Oh my gosh. Star Citizen is headed towards disaster. I appreciate the dramatic effect. It is headed towards disaster, though. Everybody abandon ship. Bail! 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 Get out! It's dying! No, this is the Pyro gameplay. It's sitting in an elevator. Pressing a button, hoping that you'll be able to move forward. One cohesive speed between all OMs, more akin to current SCM speeds, and then there's a quantum mode that ranges from current nav speeds up to proper quantum. Yeah, the way I understand them saying that is that everything is in operator mode, and quantum operator mode allows you to quantum boost from speeds down to 1200 meters per second up until 1/10 of quantum travel. Is Pyro good yet? I mean, look at it. Like, I could do this beating to the freaking music, and it's just like, yeah. Yeah. Real Star Citizen gameplay. Fighting the elevators. Glitching into the floor. Somebody kill me. Oh. Thank you, Star Citizen. Howdy, y'all. What's up, Silver? How you doing? Pyro looks like someone smeared cooking grease on every surface. Bacon grease, specifically. If quantum travel is an OM marker, then why would it differentiate it from all other OM cohesive speed? Because I assume that all other OMs run at the same speed, and quantum travel speed allows for quantum traveling. Like, here's what they didn't say, and here's what I will give you a point on, or whatever, give you credit on. And I'll put the whole conversation to bed here because I wanted to stop talking about this anyways. If there is a speed that you use in quantum travel operation mode that is separate from SCM but not quantum boost, then that's different. But from what I understand it, there isn't. Switching into that mode just gives you the ability to quantum boost and quantum travel. But that's because they weren't super clear on it. So we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not. Just making it worse for yourself? I don't know what else to do. I'm at a loss at this point. This is pain incarnate. You know, we're going to be definitely talking about 4.0, not at the same way as 3.18, but we're going to reference 4.0. Well, I guess anybody who's playing the PTU. Whoever has to deal with all this will reference the state of 4.0 when it was in PTU. Not as like something crazy. I don't think this is nearly as bad as 3.18 was. At least I played the game today, but it's certainly a frustrating state of the game to be in, which is why it's still ePTU. Not ready for further waves yet. Yeah, they removed the rings on Pyro 4. Can you believe it? Like, whose family had to get threatened for those rings to get taken out of the game? Because those are like the best thing that came in 4.0, let me tell you. Why can't they instance the contested zones? Give players the option to do PvE or PvP? Because we're all playing the same game. Maybe they will do that at some point. I don't think they should. But maybe they will. You have other areas that can be used for that, but like, if they made it PvP or PvE, then they'd probably have to account for a whole bunch of different things that have to do with like the looting factors and the NPCs that are spawning in there. It's basically just more parts of the game. It's literally like if they just added caves and put good loot in the caves. That's what a contested zone is. It's no different from going into a random space station in Pyro, other than they gave it a name. I think it'll only be a source of rage and frustration for people who force themselves to go into them. Like, just don't do it. Just don't play contested zones. Not all the content that they're putting in Star Citizen is going to be enjoyed by everybody. Sorry, I keep pressing the button. I can't help it. There's a reason I jump around all the time while I'm streaming. Okay, I've got problems. Issues. And I think we just crashed. How many gangs do we have to kill to get a working elevator? You gotta raid Jumptown. Places coming under Area 18 will do the solo version of those. I think there's going to be plenty of places that they build that are meant more for players who aren't looking to get attacked. This is just one update where they're adding one location that caters towards one type of gameplay. Compartmentalize the content and make it not appeal to every player. Sounds like a winning strategy. Gorgon, have you ever heard the term that a game for everyone is a game for no one? The phrase, I mean. The same goes for gameplay. If you try to make a type of gameplay in a game and make sure that every player in the world will enjoy it, it's gonna suck. The best thing to do is to create a game that has gameplay in it that players can try. And if they don't like it, then go and try other games and gameplay that maybe they do like. And this idea of compartmentalizing different types of gameplay for players, because not everybody is the exact same kind of person, generally tends to lead to healthier games. It is a winning strategy, actually, for a lot of different games out there. I mean, look at freaking Fortnite. They went so hard with it, they're allowing people to make entirely different game modes you can play if you don't like the stuff other people are making. It's just it's the way it is. Luckily, luckily, we live in a world where there are so many great tools and engines and resources for indie developers out there to make great games that if you don't like a certain type of game, there's a good chance there's another one that's slightly like it that hits the vibes you're going for. That's my favorite part about today. I had a friend who really likes Factorio. I actually know a few people who really like Factorio. And I love the logistics nature of that game. The grind to put things together and make efficient factories and stuff. But golly gee willikers, I freaking hate the top-down view. I don't like it. And I really did not want to play the game. But I enjoyed what it had to offer. And instead of being really angry at the top-down view and saying that it was going to alienate people, I just found satisfactory. And that did a really good job of, giving me something that I was looking for in the way that I wanted to play it. Now I'm glad I found that instead of forcing Factorio to work. They're hard getting PvE players out of the rewards, which are the top components. No, they're not. You can easily craft the best stuff. Like, there's going to be so many different ways to get things. You don't have to go into contested zones to get the best stuff. What was satisfying about being ganked by 3 people and losing hours of work in the contested zone? Sounds like time well spent and will draw tons of players to join this MMO. To respond to that, it was not satisfying. I feel like people who take that kind of an argument, though, think that life is just constant joy and happiness, which I'm happy for you. If your life is like that, hats off to you. If your life is just every single day is bubbles and joy and good times. But for a lot of people, the things that you do in life are determined by the things you don't want to happen. So in a game like this, if you didn't want to get ganked by 3 people, you would bring 3 people with you. That on its own is encouraging a different type of gameplay that you wouldn't get if you weren't scared of getting ganked. Therefore, diversity. Also, if every single time you go into a game session and it's all good, you're not going to have fun in the game sessions when things like really stand out, you know? Having failure means that having success is better. And there are games for people who never want to have failure. I would find one of those. This one's not for you. You're gonna have problems with this game for sure if you don't want to have a bad time. And you can say that means the MMO will fail. Maybe it will, but I say give it a go. Give it a try. DCS might have been more successful if they decided not to be super hardcore as a flight simulator, but I'm glad they did what they did because the people who want that get to enjoy it. Also, there is something satisfying about being that group of 3 people who goes and kills folks. What other game is like Star Citizen? There's actually a game coming out that's really similar to what Star Citizen was supposed to be that I'm looking forward to next year. So it depends on what you're looking for. That's why it's so important to like determine what it is that actually matters to you in these games. Some games have things in common with Star Citizen that are already existent, and some don't. And I found Satisfactory because I wanted a builder like Factorio that was in a orientation that I liked. There are other games like Factorio that don't do what Satisfactory does, but that was the one that I was able to search for because I didn't like Factorio. Maybe you like Star Citizen because it involves going on spaceships with another friend, but you don't want to be in an MMO. You don't want to be in a game where you can always get attacked. Jump Ship, this game, really good choice. This is a game in which you can go out as a co-op group, a group of 4, and explore space and land on planets and conduct missions and get into FPS fights and do EVA and all this stuff, and you don't have to deal with the possibility of wasting 3 hours and getting ganked and losing all of your stuff. You don't have to worry about how successful the game will be because it allows for PvP. You just get to go out there and enjoy something that they made because they saw demand for it. And it's that simple. I highly encourage people to go and check out Jump Ship. Go and check out Starship Simulator. Go and check out Elite Dangerous, No Man's Sky. All these other games. Forget Star Citizen if it's not what you like. Because, like, that's just how games are. And that's okay. And I can't log in. Dude, I think my session is ganked. Ganked? Gonked? Galorped? See if I just load into an Arena Commander match what it does. If one subscribes to limited visions of joy of what a game is or can be, one is setting oneself up for disappointment. And one is definitely just one. Oh. They just running practice bombing runs out here.
Aegis combat assist activated. Systems green.
Oh, that's funny. Just drop into a free flight and these people are just messing around. I'm gonna freak them out. Leroy Jenkins! Okay. Back to the main menu. Let's see if that fixed our shard. What's Jump Ship? It's Jump Ship is it's another one of those 4-person squad shooter kind of things, but it basically, the whole scenario is you are a crew of a spaceship and you can like fly around and conduct missions in different places. Crap. Yeah, I think I shouldn't have quit, huh? You don't quit when you are... Somebody told me that. Don't F4 when you're at the black screen like that. which is a bummer. Jump ship is... Let me give you the official definition. It's a mission-based co-op FPS for up to 4 players where you are a crew of a spaceship, transitioning seamlessly from crewing the ship to on-foot exploration and spacewalks. Engage in intense battles both on ground and in space, and always keep your ship upgraded and intact. Like, please. If you don't like the idea that Star Citizen has risk of being attacked, if you want to be able to play on private servers in PvE servers where there are no players, like, this is a really good option for that. It's not out yet, which is a bummer, and I'm waiting for that. I'm going to play it when it does come out. But I think this is a really good option. This X4 is also a good one. There are choices for you. As there should be. Slightly pessimistic, yeah. And you won't get everything you want out of those other games, but better than constantly feeling doomed to a game that you're not going to enjoy because people might attack you. Got your tomato squashed in the contested zone? Sounds a little sexual, dude. To be honest, dude, if you're worried about contested zones, you would be blown away by the fact that we want there to be danger possible everywhere in the game. I actually ran a poll on this. Yeah, I ran a poll on this on Twitter the other day of... Oh, check this out. We had an earthquake the other day, and the water in the pool... The earthquake was so light that we couldn't feel it while we were standing in the house, but it still affected the pool so much that it started to go over the side of my parents' pool in the backyard. Super light. It's like 180 miles away. Anyway, sorry, getting distracted. I ran a poll earlier asking folks, should combat be possible anywhere that you're flying your spaceship? And 54% of people said yes. Oh, Void Crew's also a good one. Good call. We were promised private servers. To be honest, I think that's Arena Commander. Perfect way for them to be able to do it. Allow people to run all kinds of scenarios in Arena Commander servers and control them. That'd be solid. Star Citizen, as the way it's set up, will not succeed on the mainstream market as an MMO. Somebody else said that, actually. The question is, can Star Citizen survive as a mainstream game doing this, or as a niche game? I think they have pushed themselves too far into the mainstream, so that is one point of concern for me, but ultimately I don't think Star Citizen is going to be a mainstream game. Or at least I don't think it has been set up as a mainstream game. And I don't think it should be shooting to be a mainstream game. Reason why every successful MMO gives players the option for PvE or PvP. You sure about that? Let's see. List of successful MMOs. Oh wow, there's not very many MMOs, huh? Okay, let's look at top 20 MMOs, I guess. EVE Online. I love this stupid website. They put Star Citizen at number 9. Okay, let's ignore the craziness that they say are the numbers here. Why is Baldur's Gate 3? Dude, no. I can't. We can't even use this website. Why is Baldur's Gate 3 number 3 on there? Oh, right. Okay, you guys debate. I gotta go grab something. I will be right back. Get away, ads. Leave us alone. 1 second. Who the heck is this guy? Who are these people talking on my stream? Get out of here. It's my stream. Hello, Leonid. Leonoodle. What are your opinions on the bases will be visible on all shards, but you can only attack when you're on the same instance? I just had a reaction to that, actually. A reaction to that. I posted a video about that on my second channel if you want to check out what I had to say. I want to hear more. I want to hear more. Alyciana has a good point, though. This isn't really aiming to be a mainstream game, and honestly, just because a certain model of something was successful before in gaming doesn't mean that everybody else should go and copy that. Like, we have games that are standout games in the way they work because they didn't try to do what everyone else was doing. Halo was an example of this. Doom, Mass Effect, Assassin's Creed, Elden Ring. I guess more of the was it Demon Souls? I think was like that first one doing that. Like, there are a lot of games that take a step away from what other games in their genre are doing, and that's good for them. The idea that everybody should do the same thing in an industry is insane to me. Like, don't we want diversity? Don't we want to try other things? If there's heavier incentive for PvPers to be in FFA free-for-all PvP zones, there's less incentive for them to be messing around with PvE players. That's fair. Don't understand people who still sit and complain that the game doesn't emphasize one or the other. I think they're doing a good balance too. To be honest, I'm like, this is how diverse opinions are. I'm on the other side. I'm a little concerned that there are contested zones because it seems like they are purposefully trying to name places where you're going to have PvP. But I also think, like, I completely understand why that's a good thing. You want to put a beacon on a location and say, hey, this is a hot spot. Come here if you're looking for more challenging gameplay. As opposed to just having that exist everywhere, like Alyciana was saying. Takes 40 minutes just to set yourself up for an adventure. For hours of work that to be taken away in seconds by gankers or some punk lurking in the shadows will cause the game to flop. Dude, you know what that tells me when you say stuff like that? I'm honestly, I don't mean to insult you, but you're not putting much thought into this. Either you're not putting much thought into this, or maybe you're being disingenuous. I don't know. Do you genuinely think that the way that this game is going to play, it's going to take you 40 minutes to get ready every time? Like, do you think that what we're doing right now in the alpha is the way they plan on the game working in the future? You find it a bit weird? You thought it'd be like players are kind of locked to one shard, only switch if super necessary, so there could be two different bases in the same spot on two different shards. Not if you're in the same region. You won't really need to switch shards unless you're getting into combat, because you can do everything else from a different shard. Takes no time at all to get ready because you wake up in your ship right where you left off. See, AJ's using the winning strategy. Log off on your spaceship. It makes the game a whole lot better. The game has ganked you more than players gank you. That's actually pretty good. Hey, you know, my ship keeps exploding and killing me. And it ganks me and ruins my progress. Let's remove ships from the game. Let me in! You're looking forward to just building a small house and doing random daily stuff. Dude, the way that they're describing base building actually has me thinking that's a possibility now. I used to just kind of listen to that and be like, yeah, you could probably do something like that, run some missions, whatever. But it sounds like you could just straight up have your own little cottage house somewhere, use it as your base of operations, and run missions and gameplay as you see fit. Brig, you're not a huge fan of PvP, but you love that it is possible everywhere. You will avoid PvP most of the time when you can. You're not worried about it. If you get robbed or murdered, oh well, that was fun too. That's mostly the view of GII. We are more so projecting strength as a deterrent and mainly using defense. Like, we'll be strong in our combat. We're not necessarily looking for fights, but we will take fights when needed.
I love you.
See you later. Have fun. Tell her I said happy birthday.
Bye, you guys.
Say bye, Mrs. T. Ooh, you smell good. Now, if only bed logging worked for crewmates. Yeah, what's going on with that? I'm working on a video about that because we need some communication there. Is your ship safe when you're logged off? Yes. Your ship goes away. "40 minutes prep and an hour to herd cats to crew a Polaris. Some punk lurking in the shadows takes all the loot. You spent hours on the contested zone. Yeah, mainstream success written all over it." Dog, if you... I don't know what to tell you, man. Gorgon, you're not going to find much sympathy in this crowd. If you're looking for a game where you can set up a big event, like if you can't make sure that a person isn't ruining your event, then most people who play Star Citizen are going to tell you don't deserve to be able to run that event. And I'm sorry to say, maybe that makes the community mean, but that's the kind of game that they're looking for. And it sucks right now. I will not disagree with you there. Trying to do anything right now sucks, but the game doesn't, like, they're not going to make the game for now. They're going to make the game for whatever they plan on it being when we actually start playing it in 1.0. So I don't expect them to do a whole bunch of temporary stuff with the current game. Sea of Thieves 2.0. Brother, I love Sea of Thieves. What are you talking? Man, we're on different frequencies, huh? I thought Sea of Thieves was awesome. I am like almost completely out of ammo. Or armor. I don't even think I'm wearing the right combinations of armor. Oh, that looks right. That looks right. Yeah, this looks right. Okay, where are the stores? Like the idea of having dedicated scouts that find and relay the position back to the org. Ow! What the? Get out of here! Ah! What's going on? Is that an NPC? Ow! Is that... The game is ganking me! Remove NPCs! Ow! Everybody's running. Ah! Okay, maybe it's not an NPC. Is this a player? Why are they shooting at me? Am I the criminal here? Am I too good for this place? I might be, oh! Yeah, people are just like pulling their guns out when I come near. Leave it alone. Leave it alone! No! Stop! Oh god, Jesus! No! It's because I got past the elevators. They're like, get him! He broke the system! I don't know where I'm going anymore, but I'm gonna die. CIG is forcing me into PvE. Hello, fellow player. Are you also being shot at? I can't even get a gun to, like, fight back. I think I'm just kind of screwed here. I'm gonna get my ship. Screw you all, screw you all, screw you all. Nope, gotta get my ship, screw you. Nope. You lose, I win. Ah, go, go, go. Yes, he made it. Oh, but there's so many guards up near the hangars. There's gonna be so many people up here. Maybe they won't notice me. Maybe I can just sneak past. Shh. Shh, 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 shh. Nope, don't look, don't look. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, yeah. Got me mid-sprint. After 15 minutes, the entire chat giving him crap what he literally said happens on screen. But that's not players. Like, that's the joke, dude. This is literally the game not working how it's supposed to work. In fact, no, get the out of here. That's actually a good thing, because you know what that was? That's what happens if you do PvP in the wrong place. That's exactly how it should go. If you start killing people in the jurisdiction of a gang or a government or anybody, and you actually cause the problems, that's how it should be. You should be completely out of your depth. And not getting any help and just getting shot at until you get the picture and start fixing yourself. So I appreciate that kind of stuff happens. Granted, that was a glitch. But, like, no, that's absolutely not being forced into PvP. A glutton for punishment? Hell yeah, dude. I mean, I play Star Citizen. Mainstream player will not tolerate this mishmash or poorly implemented concepts and interactions. That's good! Get it through your head! We don't want those players! How else can we say it? Oh my god. So-and-so kind of player won't like this kind of game. Good! That's the point. You know what also players won't like this game? Players who like working elevators. I guess maybe they just want me to be here. Hey. You know how to get these elevators working? I agree with you, PK. Oh! Haha! I'm just an idiot. Of course. Makes sense. It's usually the answer. Alright, are you guys all done shooting me? Can I... Are we good? Okay, I think we're good. Let's see if my body is still there. You've never had a problem with an elevator? Maybe the CIG devs like you. And my body is gone. Wait, whoa, 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 whoa. Nope, 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 they're not. What are they? Who are they aiming at? There's a bunch of people running around. Who are they aiming at? I need armor. I gotta get out of here, man. This place nuts. Pyro's not for me. Ah! Oh! Jesus! Armor, armor, armor. Come on. Weapons. Let's grab a C-54. No doubt we'll have ammo for that out there. LH. PA. We got no ammo. I just want to get out of this station, to be honest, though. Let's go. These NPCs are crazy.
To the ASOS vehicle retrieval system.
I don't even know what to take now.
Vehicle selected. Stand by.
You're noticing the flashpoint that sparks these combos is ship PvP versus PvE, and that's supposed to be only a small part of SC. But we're not even talking about that. This conversation got started by contested zones, which are like basically dungeons that you have to seek out to get into. It's in no way, you know, something that's being made for players to have to do if they don't want to. It's like very, very out of the way. They're actually kind of hard to find. As far as ship combat, though, yeah, there's a lot of conversation surrounding combat in ships. They, I think Star Citizen is dealing with the ramifications of the entire game and all of the marketing around it. Well, almost all of it being so combat focused for so long. Oh, I guess I could have always come down here to do all my inventory. I'm safe here. Ain't no dastardly NPC gonna find me in this old place. Yeah, I think you're supposed to get your armor back, but I don't see it here. They did not return it to me. They stole it. Maybe that's why they killed me. They just liked my armor. Definitely attention trolling. Yeah. It becomes pretty clear at some point. Alright. If it's gotten to the point where like several of you are saying somebody's gotten annoying, then I'll just hide them from the chat. Because I'm fine with dealing with somebody who's being a little poopy. You know, you need a little poop every stream. Not to be kinky. But if it's bothering you guys that much, like, chat is king, you know? Y'all need to be comfy. That's why I also stop talking about things when I get frustrated, because I'm not trying to lash out either. With all the combat-focused advertisement, you are always surprised by the number of Care Bears. Hey! Just because I care doesn't mean make me a bear, okay? What if I'm a Care Lizard? You don't know my life. But yeah, it is interesting, huh? That's a good point. There's so much advertising around combat, but then there's also so much surprise around the inclusion of combat. I guess because so many games now come out and they try to separate combat from non-combat. Shields? What? Did I just take damage somehow? This space station does not like me. Beer? Care beer? How's the mesh test going? It's a little rough. Things are mostly not working. The nomenclature is Bob. And what is Bob? Bob's a great name. I'm proud to be called Bob. Better than my real name being out there. What the Dude! No! What was that? And then it's like, thank you for visiting. Oh my god, it doesn't, like, you can't write this as a comedy sketch, man. It just straight up shut the doors on my ship as I'm leaving, blew off half of the architecture around me, and then said thank you for using our services. No! See if I could just go to a pad to repair. I don't trust these hangars. Toes. Hope you're wrong about 4.0 being in a working state by August next year. I hope you're not. I do hope 4.0 is in a working state by August next year. I hope you're very right. Where are the landing pads at these godforsaken space stations? Where the heck is the, Okay, fine, I'll try a hangar. I doubt it. I doubt it's available. Yeah. There is no available space. What do you know? You hope you're, you remember the days of EVE Online's Bob? You guys are gonna make me look up Bob, huh? Oh boy, thanks for the sub. I don't think that's how you're supposed to do that. I've seen it both ways. Hard to have any faith in this company when they can't get the most basic of game functions working. Eh. My new asymmetric ship design. Yeah, this is called the Hornet F7B. Because it's asymmetric. I don't know. I did a lot of work on this though. I crafted a tier 5 one-sided Hornet. And everybody comes to me for their best one-winged Hornets in the game. Can you actually fly down through this architecture? Is this real geometry? It better be real geometry. I'm gonna be massively disappointed if it's not. Good. Good. Oh my... Okay. What? I don't... Did I just unlock quantum boosting? How is this possible? Yeah, man, that's also the elevators. What just happened? How did I get here? Let me back! Take me back! I've lost so many copies of armor to just like glitches today. And since I just watched Wicked last week, I'm gonna call them glitches instead of glitches. And see if anybody in chat gets that reference. Add it to the death count. 244, not bad. They just took my ship back. I was like, yeah, I'd like to land. And they were like, no, you already landed. What's the likelihood of your Perseus releasing with AI blades it was promised to have? The Perseus releasing with AI blades? I'm going to put that likelihood at close to 0. Does the jank come from CIG or the foundation of the engine they've built this game upon? Yes.
It fucked my tomatoes up!
My tier 5 Mastercraft blew up. They took it back. The space station is so freaking jealous of me. That's what's going on here. Bro, are you seeing this? It is a conspiracy. First, they all killed me so they could take my armor. Because I'm fly as f*** and I look really hot in this armor. And then they saw the amazing ship that I had, and they tried to close the hangar doors on me to keep them in there. When that didn't work, when they couldn't stop me, stop this wave, this unstoppable, momentous wave of energy, they impounded my ship. They stole it back from me. They said, his ship is sick and we want it. Respect your players, CIG. You wait until it's free on streaming? Good call. That's like, it's like the thing to say about movies, right? I'll wait until it's on streaming services. Craw Nice, thank you for the sub. Appreciate that. PDCs are basically tiny blades. Well, yeah, the Perseus might have PDCs, but I really highly doubt that AI blades will be functional as a feature by the time the Perseus comes in. Disney put the wrong Wicked website address on products? What? Really? They accidentally put an adult website domain on there? Maybe that wasn't the wrong one. Okay, shall we try this one more time? Make this the last time, and then I go and work on my maybe possibly right or wrong video. What, is this a medium backpack? Oh. Wasn't aware. I don't think I have a light backpack with me. Alright, we're going no backpack. Let's do it. Can't stop me. Can't stop, won't stop. Honestly, screw the rest of supplies. I'm not even going to try and gear up anymore. Let's just go get our ship. What the? No! Please! I don't deserve it! Stop! I didn't do anything! No! Ow, ow! Jesus! Oh, God. I fell off the ceiling. I don't know why that's so funny. I also don't know why they keep shooting me. Like, this is a conspiracy, man. See, I just got a problem with my cool armors and ships, and they don't like that I look better than them, and so they keep killing me for it.
Do
That's all I see. That's what I see happening here. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty ashamed in Chris and what he's doing here. Either that or maybe that was master modes that killed me. I don't know. What do I think the next ship for sale will be? The Mirai Guardian. Quit looking good and we'll stop shooting you. You can't be helped. What can I say, man? What can I was born into looking good. Melded by it. At least the elevators are working for me. Okay, let's just not equip anything, right? I'm just in a medical gown. You guys have no reason to shoot me. I look like a normal person. Oh, wrong way. No? Was he aiming at me? Was that guy aiming at me? Alternate route. Haha!
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Okay, Super Hornet is no longer an option. Let's get the Terrapin.
Vehicle selected. Stand by.
So will like the Terrapin's armor that goes out over the glass, will that protect you from the solar bursts and pyro? Because that'd be pretty nice functionality. Doesn't really cover the whole cockpit, so I'm not sure if that would really be a realistic effect. Nonetheless, it'd be a nice bonus to using the Terrapin. It is the drip, man. It's that tomato drip. They want that tomato sauce dripping off their fine threads. See, as soon as I wear the medical gown, I make it. They're just jealous. Depends on how the solar flares actually damage the ship. If it can damage the hull, the blast shields likely won't do much. I'm not talking like technically speaking, more so design-wise. Is that what they... Because if we look at the way that this armor works, I'll go and I'll make it come forward. It doesn't even cover all the glass. So I'm really curious if... Exterior lights. Okay. Curious if it's actually going to work or not, or if it's meant to be for something else. Because it was kind of like, originally it was kind of like, oh, okay, is this meant to block you from getting shot by stuff, maybe through the glass? But again, it doesn't cover the whole glass section. I feel like it should cover these two windows on the side as well. But yeah, I'm not really sure how the damage works, and that might be why they've delayed that feature, to figure out how radiation works and to finalize how it interacts with the engineering system. Hey, Vlamander! Shut your mouth. Knock it off. Or stop moving your fingers. I don't know. Whatever. Don't say that. This is gonna work. We're gonna make it happen. Got my VTOL thrusters primed. Ready to blast off. Like Jimmy Neutron.
Exit protocols initiated. Please stand by. Final preparations underway.
Sounds like a lie to me, sir. Door's still closed, you little f***. Don't take bets, dude. Taking bets is what skews destiny. You don't take a bet, and whatever you bet against is what's gonna happen. Ooh, yeah, okay, bet that I'm gonna die. Bet that I'm gonna die. Seriously though, I ditched the good armor. Let me out.
Protocols initiated. Please stand by. Final preparations underway.
Haha! They're letting me out.
Exit protocols initiated. Please stand by. Final preparations underway.
We made it. While I'm betting there's only one person on that ship, it would be so cool to be flying around, see that ship, and know that there's like 6 people. Oh. I mean, already selected. No! Is that the space station? Whoa! What was that? Was that me? Oh, I can't even tell I'm getting shot at. That's weird. Let's see. Well, I'm in SCM right now. I could switch out and lose them. I know the Terrapin's not that fast, but...
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
Hey man, as long as it's not the freaking NPCs that are shooting at me.
Quantum drive is now on.
Yeah, it's really, it's hard to tell like you're getting kind of shot at and stuff. The sound effects are just very off. So we made it out.
Quantum drive is now.
The good old turtle. Hard to beat. Hard to beat. Wow. So, that looks pretty cool. Yo, the clouds in this update are pretty nuts. Oh.
Bye bye.
What if you're several people on a ship and it's your ship, you log off before the other people on the ship? Don't know. I got questions about that. I'm actually working on a video about that I'm hoping to release like Wednesday-ish. They are very much not answering questions about logging on and off, and it's interesting to say the least. Like, at SCL yesterday, somebody asked about group logging at bases, and instead of answering the question in regards to logging in and out, they answered it in regards to spawning on and off. Uh-oh. Because they have no idea? I don't know. They said something back in May, so they've got some idea. The question is, why did you say what you said back in May?
All systems offline.
Man, Quantum Boost is going to make this kind of thing so much easier in the future.
Online.
I just need to put my some distance between myself and that outpost. You watch him even flew into the ground? I'm honored. Too close? What are you, an idiot? Too close to jump to the planet, too far to jump to any of its points of interest. Very nice. Toads. All of this that I'm going through right now will be avoided when we have Quantum Boost, which is going to be so nice.
Quantum drive is all systems off.
Okay, no way we're too close now.
Anvil Aerospace. All systems online. Engines online.
No, I don't believe engines are online.
Shields online. Shields offline.
There we go. See, this is kind of like the distance that I wanted from Pyro 4, but you can't really get it that well with Pyro 4 because there's nothing on the other side of it. You know, in the beginning of this stream when we were just taking some views. Wanted to get a shot like this. But I'm going to have to wait until those rings get put back in the game anyways. Wonder why they removed them. It looks like we'll be able to break atmosphere with boost, yeah.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
I was told to check out a specific outpost before we finished up. So that's where we're going to go. Hopefully it's not in the nighttime. I don't even remember what it was called. Bueno Ravine. Golden Riviera. Shadowfall. I think it was Shepherd's Rest. How do I feel about the Misk Odyssey? I love that ship. think that's my favorite misc ship.
Quantum drive is now off. Okay.
How can I say when it might be my favorite misc ship when it's not even out? Well, I like exploration ships. And that ship gives me some reminders of Prometheus. So as far as looks and function goes, I like what that ship seems to be offering more than any other misc ship. Oh, another little terrapin out here? Here's another turtle. Good evening, Ado.
Engines offline.
Endeavor screams Mass Effect migrant fleet. It does, doesn't it? Oh my gosh. May have taken a little bit of... Dude, imagine actually standing in this hallway. This would be terrifying. Look at how long these sparks are. It's like 4-foot arcs of electricity just flying through your cockpit. Dude, this area, this looks so much better than our current planets. The scattered small bodies of water, the mountains in the distance, I think have a little bit higher contrast than normal mountains. The fact that I've landed here at this small location and we can look off in the distance and see a town. Like, you know there's going to be missions linking these two destinations, which is really cool. That's I think one of the things I appreciate most about the way they're building things in Pyro is you can see a lot more localized gameplay being prepared for here. And supposedly it's in the patch. I haven't really gotten to do these missions yet. So this is a minor repairs needed mission. They need 1 relay and 2 pipes fixed. So we'll take it. I probably can't complete it because I don't have any tools, but we'll take it. Oh, it's right here. Well, that works quite well, doesn't it? So I guess the idea is that you would land at the main place out there, and then you get a repair mission over here. My hope is that you can get that from a physical board at the city rather than your mobi-glass. But at least this adds a lot of diversity when you're flying into Shepherd's Rest, and you're not going to the main location. You're going to one of these outposts. Oh, it looks like I'm not even going to the outpost. I'm going to somewhere else off in the distance. So this is like just a little stop off. It looks like you got some unaffiliated folks here. I wonder if they've got any loot. Just running around in a med gown. Like, you guys have anything I could wear? An undersuit possibly? Oh, like, just an undersuit is all I need. Dude, that's a huge gun. Oh, that's that double-barreled sniper gun, huh? What's your best tip for a person starting out in the game? Don't spend too much money in-game or out-of-game on stuff. get a feel for the game first. If you can, try and join a little group somewhere, or just at least a Discord where you can get some answers to your questions. And like just get into the game and ask questions as you see. I don't even have a flashlight. I just need an undersuit right now. Ooh, here we go. Come on. Bunch of food. Pick up. It doesn't even tell me what it is. Oh, man. Oh, uh-oh. No, please. I don't want to die. Please. Let me out. Please, we're best friends. I shouldn't have come down here. I just wanted an undersuit. I just wanted to run this mission. Dang it. Yeah, stay away from the CCU game. And like people take that as me talking badly about Star Citizen or hating the game or something. I'm not. I'm just telling people to, take it slow so you don't have regret. That's the biggest thing. Shipwreck sucks. But yeah, if you just explore the game, do what I'm doing right now. Well, not right now. Do kind of what I'm doing. Fly around to outposts and go loot items to get yourself equipment. Don't go and buy it because you're gonna die. Absolutely. Don't feel bad if you do die. You're gonna die to glitches. You're gonna die to mistakes. You're gonna die to accidents. You're gonna die to security killing you because you accidentally got a crime stab. So as you start and until you kind of get a better idea of the game and how to stay alive, I would suggest looting for your equipment. Try a couple of box missions as well while you're at it. Yeah, it's supposed to get you with that FOMO. And it does. Well, folks, I think this is the end of my session for today. We did about 4 hours of 4.0, and not gonna lie, it did not go too well. I think they've got a lot of stability that they still need to work on to get this running. I'm really glad it's working. I'm glad that we can get into a server meshed environment, that we're sitting here in a shard with, let's see, 480 people in our instance is not something that I've really ever gotten close to experiencing in Star Citizen. And it doesn't mean too much just yet, because that's much larger in space, but it proves out a concept, which is good. Yeah, the answer to the stream title is definitely not. We've got progress to make here, and I hope they can. Hopefully in the next week we see some good updates, because if they're trying to launch this year still, they've got some progress to make on it. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed this stream. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I appreciate you all choosing to come to the garden for your Star Citizen goodness. And I appreciate you all who come for me. That actually means a lot. I like that we can chill and chat and talk and play and hang out. And I hope to see you on Monday. We'll be back to more talking, of course. But maybe we'll take on one of the big topics that we've been seeing talked about since Star Citizen Live. Maybe something like how server meshing has been meant to work, or base building, or PvP, or multi-crew. I don't know. We'll do a little deep dive, I think, on Monday. But appreciate you all being here, and I hope to see you in the next one. Hope you have a great weekend. Y'all are great people. Seriously, much love. You guys make this possible. And life's a lot better for it. Anyways, y'all have a great time and do something you love. Eat something you love. Hug somebody you love. Eat somebody you love. Just all the things. Treat yourself well. You deserve it. See you on Monday. Bye-bye.